What's up? What's up? It's your boy Carceno here. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen, because it must be said, though it hurts to say for some, this is the real. This is real as it's gonna get. Now, what the world like you to do is focus on the magic, not the Orlando Magic. They don't want you to do that either. Even though they're a great basketball team playing great basketball, they don't want you to do that. They want you to focus on what they selling you. And it's just some more bull. That's how they operate. So they have no passion for anyone that is standing in the way of their progress. Now, if we look at everything that they got, you know, in totality, is like being disruptive, having a system in play. This was a swing by Adam Silver, this in tournament or the LeBron James tournament, whichever one you want to call it. This was a swing. This was a huge swing by the NBA. Another money grab, trying to dig them out of a ditch that is terrifying to look at. Now, when you start looking at big picture, only certain teams are making money. And why are these certain teams making money? Because it's how it's promoted. The Chicago Bulls make money, and people go to the games because of the merchandise. The Jordan, the whole dynasty, the 96 Bulls, they go there to buy the material from the stadium. It's people that go to the stadium, get a ticket, just to go hang out. They got bars and restaurants. They're not even sitting in their seats to watch the actual game. And I'm like, let me get this straight. You came in here to drink beer and chill and kick it? You can go to the bar around your house. It's just bizarre to me. Now, first of all, people didn't even understand what this was. The more they tried to explain it, the worse it got. So that's one. Two, you open yourself up to criticism of your sport being corrupt when you put in, oh, we're going to add points. And, well, it's like, oh, and whoever scores the most points. So now you're going to want to play your starters more because you want to not take them out of the game. Then on Monday through Thursday, if you're up 20, you sit your guys down and let your bench play. But because it's the end season tournament on Tuesdays and Fridays or whatever, we gotta we gotta let them run the points up. It's just really, really stupid. That doesn't work in basketball as if it was hockey or somewhere else where the goals would matter because the games would end up nearly a draw or close to it in the majority of the games. So when you see that, that's why they had those in play. That made more sense. Watching how this played out, the playoffs has normally done well when LeBron James hadn't been in them. LeBron James has been hurt and normally injured or out the league in the playoffs. He was out in the first round. Last year was the first time he made it to the Western Conference Finals with the Lakers, furthest he's ever made it with them besides this bubble thing. Now, the rest of the playoff series, he was out in the first round, then they didn't make the playoffs, and the playoffs ratings were high without LeBron. That's right. With LeBron James, the playoffs survived. They thrived while he was not in the game. People watch the games. So all this fear of people are not going to watch the games if LeBron isn't playing is a myth. The actual playoff numbers went up once he was eliminated. Now, where do we go from here? I'm glad you brought that up. Because here's the biggest problem Adam Silver has. He doesn't know how to promote this league. He keeps trying to go towards audience that don't really watch basketball or want to watch basketball. You have to love it. You have to want to see the game. But when you start altering the game, making the game soft as baby powder, then you're trying to honor a 39-year-old man that's playing and make him the first option of the game. You're lying to the people. The average public and the general public don't know that there's some type of technology material that's going on out here, and that's not a real, regular basketball that you would buy in the store. They don't know about that. They're not going to look at the specs. They're not going to look deep into what's going on out here on the floor. It's everything that looks suspicious is suspicious. We watch the NBA because we love basketball, and we're just not getting it. We got guys lifting weights and shooting threes, and the gameplay is stagnant. You have some teams that try to play ball, and then everybody is one pass shoot, and everybody's shooting threes. I'm still going to bet it because that's me. But I'm just saying, we can do better. Now, this tournament is a nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have any weight, doesn't hold any weight. So, I am not one that is enthused. I've seen greatness. I've seen people who have really give they all to this game. And everyone thinks, oh man, the ratings did great. Everybody woke up today with the LeBron James is the greatest thing that ever played the game again because he won a game against the New Orleans Pelicans. Let me rephrase that again. Everybody is back saying LeBron James is the greatest thing that ever lived because they beat the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay? In December, early December game. Let that sink in. But they're going for the tournament. I don't care what you call it. No, they just had a damn magnet ball shot. Something has ruined the league. Well, now the NBA encouraged people to shoot threes. They had brought the three line in so people would attempt more threes. The 3-point shot became famous because of the 3-point shooting contest. The 3-point shooting contest got everybody interested in shooting the three. And that became the motivation of others to just shoot threes. And the 3-point shooters who were really good at it, they were marvels. But normally it limits your game. When you shoot threes, you don't focus on going to grab rebounds as much. If you notice, most of the 3-point shooters are not very good rebounders. What you have is a bunch of people who just fire up shots. No one is really paying any attention. And this in-season LeBron tournament is just another reason of why we are falling to this wayside of, do we really need it? Will this thing work? No. For the amount of money they're putting in for marketing and promotion, and you got everybody going on these TV shows lying to each other every morning. I can't do that to people. All y'all sitting there raving about LeBron last night. That game was terrible. Most people turned that off in the third quarter. Yeah, they showed it. They turned it off. They said, I can't support this. Now, the NBA is known for doing great things for charity foundations. The NBA has done great when it came to promoting union, heroes, all of these different things, right? They get an A+ for that, and that's Adam Silver. That's his staple. That's why he was brought in here. How much is this tournament costing? This tournament is costing about $70 million plus. Let that sink in. There's a lot of pros and cons in everything. I'm not mad at the NBA for trying to do something to fire up or trying to zest up the NBA. But first, you realize there is a problem. Because if your sport was doing well, you wouldn't have to do this. You wouldn't have to put on an in season tournament. So you have to address the problem, not create a new one. And that's what's happening here. They're creating a new problem, a new job to cater to. I heard they're giving out medals, whole lot of goofiness taking place. A medal. Can you imagine that? A medal? It's like, you know what? You deserve a medal for this. I was just sitting here thinking, we should give you a medal. I don't know if that's MVP or what they're doing. It's like, why have a regular season now? It don't make sense. Why have a regular season? Hmm? I mean, everything is pretty much natural and head on, but What you gonna do? Have a whole series of just tournaments? Then what happens when the players buy into this crap? That's gonna be even worse. The superstars can't even talk negatively about it because they were already told no one is to talk negatively about the in-season tournament. They want to say something's negative about it. And then when you could have made the tournament mean something, you didn't. You made this to favor LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. It was clear. The message was clear and sent to perfection. Austin Reeves, breakaway fouls, nothing reviewed. It's just terrible. It is absolutely terrible. As they just say, hey, well, people got short-term memories. Well, I don't. Well, when you start seeing different mindsets, different approaches on the court, then you can start having a real game. But what you got now is all these people are stuck in their ways. Right. All you're going to do is appease to the people that already watched the game. If you're somebody that watched basketball, this is right up your alley. You watch basketball. Ooh, a tournament. But when the tournament is like, okay, we're going to have all the teams in the tournament, but we're going to screw everybody over anyway. So what the hell are you even making a tournament for? The tournament should be for the teams that have no shot. That's who the tournament should be for. Why have a tournament for a team that's got like 16 NBA championships, right? I don't understand that. Well, you got to realize that when you get in situations that you start tweaking the rules of the game to try to increase more scoring. When you try to do that, you hurt the integrity of the game. Now we're only looking at the offensive side of the ball in basketball. That's what counts on the betting sheet. So now that sports bets is legal, you got fantasy basketball, you have all these things around that accumulates to scoring and points and highlighting individuals. And now that you have all of this in play, you want to make sure they all shine. So people can hit their overs, their unders, and to control that narrative by having a rim that could take a shot in and make a shot miss. Oh, that's like invaluable. It's invaluable. It's kind of priceless. Well, yeah, it kind of hurts the legacy because a lot of people saying this thing taints the NBA championship. You're paying people more money for this with less games. Okay, you play 7 games, and okay, I play 7 games instead of 16, and I get to win more money. So now, what you get from the NBA Finals then? Just to say you won it? So if you get paid for less games, and this is what I was telling everybody, you're playing less games and you're getting 500,000 if you win it. It's a no-brainer. Plus, this isn't a tournament you win to get in. If every team is in it, it's just like a regular season. So it's nothing kind of special about the tournament. Like again, then you're adding points to the scenario, which compromises the game. This isn't like soccer. Okay, on one 3-point shot, one shot made in the game would be an entire soccer game total and score. So, so for them to add points in soccer makes sense because it's not going to be a lot of them. So they get points for different things, mainly the goals. I've always stayed focused and true to one thing and one anomaly. And that anomaly is what's broke don't need to be fixed. And the problem we have now is that we have too many guys trying to fix things that aren't broken. The league is not interested because, and the people are not interested because you don't market the game right. You market the Celtics because, Boston is Beantown. They love basketball, true. But you don't market, you market Jason Tatum. And that's it because you need to have your solo superstar. And he's got to be your guy. And he just isn't that type of a player. He's complimentary, but he's not a superstar like people like to believe he is. But no, he's not. But as a team, you could, advertise and market these teams together. He's another guy that likes to shoot a bunch of threes, and that's just that. But that's like saying Jalen Brunson or Julius Randle are superstars. They're just regular players to me. There's nothing that's gonna jump off the page. But what you sell is the mystique, the legacy. Now, the problem that you're gonna have in this game is that they don't get the promotion that they deserve because it's all going to a guy who's 39 years of age. And it's not about, let's get this guy out of here and let's, appreciate him for all the things he's did. Like the NBA used to force you into retirement. They forced you out. They'll start throwing tributes. Man, you had a great year. And they'd be like, don't even think about re-signing him. It's a whole different era. They weren't going to continuously to pay, like they were fighting to see they're going to pay Michael Jordan. That's crazy. Yep, completely crazy. Well, you have a lot of people who have a difference when it comes to opinions. Um, I don't have a difference of opinion. What I have is my truth, and I just go with that. This is how I feel about the NBA tournament. I feel it's a complete waste of time. If they want to replace the NBA trophy and the legacy, they've already messed up the All Star game. They've already messed up by having award shows, wasting millions and millions of dollars, blowing it. And these are the type of things that keep you in debt. Well, as an organization, they're in debt because the good that the teams do, that do make the revenue and the money, is not enough to sustain the league. They're living check by check. Yeah, well, yeah, this is where it is. People that I know, they're not even enthused by this. And I'm sitting here watching this game now, and I like good basketball, and I'm seeing very subpar play. The game has suffered. It's like what Tom Brady said about football. It's suffered. This is not football anymore. Well, it's like when you look at it. When they had the big three, right? They marketed the big three. What did David Stern do? He didn't market Kevin Garnett. He didn't market Paul Pierce. And he marketed them as the big three in Boston. Everybody knew about the big three and what they were doing on the court, who they were. You like even the Chicago Bulls they went up against. Those teams that had Derrick Rose and all those guys, the gameplay was way better. Entirely better. You had guys that could actually play this game. Now you got a bunch of guys who shoot weights, lift weights, and shoot threes. Everybody's complacent. Everybody is just doing things that make no sense whatsoever. Well, I just hope they get it together because the league is suffering because of it. The league's going to be all right. It's always going to be here. Yeah, but you don't have anybody that's going to jump everything off the page. And here you have a commissioner that's just spent about 50, 60 million on this tournament. Not saying he's not going to make some money off it, but they spent so much in advertisement and marketing that it's not going to balance out when they do all the sheets. LeBron, his value, his stock drops every year. So it's like, how much are you going to continuously keep up with the lie? How many times are you going to do that? The more you keep up with the lie, the worse the lie is going to become. I would love for them to make the game right, but it's become a awful rendition of itself. And a lot of people think Adam Silver should remain. And there's a lot of people that believe he should be fired. He's not going to take the Disney job. He's going to stay here with the NBA and keep going along with this soap opera. But his infatuation with LeBron James, that would mean a lot more to the league trading him out. But the thing is that you're going to struggle until you develop your talent for the league. You got to have the new dominance. So, with that being said, I want to say shouts out to KB, Kwame Brown, Buzz Life. I want to say shouts out to, oh my God, what is that? Shouts out to HD. Welcome to HD, IITV. I want to say shouts out to Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Carceno for Life. Join the Patreon. And my Cash App is Carceno. I want to say thank you for your time. And I'm out the door.